Afternoon everybody, and welcome back to Birmingham Wildlife Conservation Park for the latest in our Wednesday Facebook Live videos and the latest stop on our Facebook Live World Tour. Today we are heading to Nepal to spend a bit of time with our pair of red pandas. So Mo and Aria, even despite the drizzly damp conditions, Mo and Aria are both out and about having a look, see what's going on. So as ever I'll talk to you about the pandas for a bit. Feel free to send in any questions, comments, etc. And I'll do my best to answer them for you. But otherwise, yeah, we will crack on with the video. So yeah, we've got two red pandas here at the wildlife park. We have our male Mo here. So Mo's 10 years old. He was born in Germany. Came to us when he was about a year old. And yeah, has done very well while he's been here. He's fathered 4 cubs while he has been here, all of which have now moved off as part of the European breeding programme. So they've gone to other collections. And Mo now is actually a granddad. The first cub that we had here, Mambo, has gone on to breed at her new collection in France, and has had twins last year. So yeah, Mo's a granddad now, bless him. He is a little bit of a small panda. If we get the chance to see him and Aria stood next to each other, you will see he is a little bit of a small panda. He does have hip dysplasia, but we're not sure if he's small because he has hip dysplasia, or the other way around, if he's got hip dysplasia because he is small. So yeah, but it doesn't affect him at all. He's able to do all panda things, climb fine, move around fine, obviously breed and things like that perfectly fine. So jump into bushes fine, as you can see there. But yeah, he's all good, bless him. Right, we will move over and meet Aria. So Aria is our female red panda. So she is only 2 years old. She only arrived with us last September. She's a little bit nervy today by the look of things, so we will give her a bit of a wider berth. But we can see her over there. I'm going to come down. There she goes. So yeah, like I said, Aria's only 2 years old. She was born at Curragh Wildlife Park on the Isle of Man, and yeah, came to us last September to form a new breeding pair with Mo. Hello girl, it's all right. So yeah, she may be a little bit skittish with me. We did their spot on worming treatment yesterday, but without catching them up. So yeah, she was a little reluctant as I was trying to pop the stuff on her neck, but it all went well. They both took it quite nicely, so that's really good. And yeah, nice to be able to do it catch free, so it's less stressful for these guys. But yeah, I think she doesn't quite trust me today, so I don't blame her. So yeah, red pandas are the real pandas, the true pandas. Giant pandas are imposters, as I always say. I say that because giant pandas are in the bear family, whereas red pandas are the only members in their family. So really, red pandas are the real pandas because they're the only ones of their type. Both species are called panda because panda comes from an Asian word which means bamboo eater, and both giant and red pandas are obviously very well known for eating a lot of bamboo. So yeah, and that kind of leads us on to diet, things like that. And yeah, like I say, bamboo is the main portion of the diet for red pandas. They will eat other things as well. They will eat kind of fruits and berries and small animals, eggs, bits and bobs like that. We generally feed freshly cut bamboo every day here, but then we supplement the diet with something called panda cake, and we also give sweet potato and things like that as well, just to bulk the diet up a little bit. I'm not sure if anyone's sending any comments through. I'm not getting anything appearing on my screen, so apologies if you are sending any comments or anything like that. I don't appear to be getting any. yeah, apologies if you are sending stuff through, but I'll plod on. Hopefully something will pop up in a little bit if it wishes to. Right then, so yeah, red pandas are found in the Himalayan region of Asia, China, Nepal, Myanmar, into India, a couple of other countries in that region. They are very well adapted to a colder climate that you find in these Himalayan regions. They've got nice big thick fur, which you can kind of see demonstrated on Mo at the moment, even though he is hidden in a bush. Got a nice big bushy tail, which they can use to wrap around themselves to keep warm. And every inch of them is covered in thick fur, so they do have, apart from the nose and the eyes, obviously, but even the pads of the feet and things like that are covered in this thick fur. So yeah, very well adapted to a cold lifestyle, and they are one of the kind of few species here at the park that we don't have to offer any heating to. They're perfectly fine in our climate. If anything, they actually struggle a little bit more in the warmth of summer. So yeah, they do struggle in the heat. Especially when we get such warm summers as we got last year. Mo was okay. He kind of just stayed in this bush. And obviously at that time in summer it was very leafy and very shady. So yeah, that kept him nice and cool. But yeah, so yeah, very well adapted to a cold lifestyle. They're found in kind of bamboo forests and things like that, on kind of these hillsides and mountainsides and things like that. And they are classed as endangered on the IUCN Red List in the wild. They face a number of threats. Habitat loss is one of the main ones, with the loss of these forests and things like that that they live in through deforestation and stuff like that. Climate change is another issue. Obviously these guys living on cold hillsides and mountainsides and things like that. Let's go and see if we can see Aria. Oh, here she is. She's come to say hello to us, actually. Hello. With climate change, obviously, as temperatures increase on the hillside, the pandas will move further up those hillsides to reach their ideal temperature range. As soon as they reach the tops of those hills and mountains and things like that, they haven't got anywhere else to go, so they do struggle with those issues. They are also still used in traditional Asian wedding ceremonies and medicines and things like that, so they are taken from the wild for that as well, which is a real shame. Yeah, still not getting any comments through, guys, so if anyone is asking any questions, I do apologise. I'm not getting anything through, so I will just probably have to plod on and yeah. Oh, there we go. Comments have just started coming through. No, she's still not sure of me, Sue. Definitely not sure of me. Like I say, we'd built up a nice little bit of trust, and then I kind of had to use that trust yesterday to worm her. But yeah, she's okay. She's fine. She's always been a bit skittish since she arrived. And yeah, after a day like yesterday, she's just keeping her distance. So we'll just have a look at Mo, which isn't a bad thing, of course. So red pandas in captivity generally live between 10 and 15 years. In the wild a little bit less, probably around about 10 years. So Mo is getting on a little bit now, but he's still plodding along nicely, which is good. And like we say, hopefully we'll have some cubs from these guys in the future. We did see a little bit of mating. Well, we saw a whole day of mating in February in the breeding season. So yeah, hopefully, maybe in the summer we will get some little ones. It is rare for a first year couple to breed successfully. It can be done, but it is rare. But yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, we might get some little ones in July. But we will wait and see on that. We're hopeful, but we're not expectant. So we will see. Yeah, there's a very good charity that does some good work with red pandas called the Red Panda Network. They go and do quite a lot of surveys and help with forest guardians is the program they do, making sure people are looking after the forest over there and things like that, and do help to protect the habitat and the pandas themselves. So they do a really good bit of work. So if you've got 5 minutes spare, check out the work that they do, because it is very good work. There you go, mate. You're going for a wander. Hey, you're going for a wander. You're going to jump back out of the tree now, out of your bush. Yeah, they're not really put off by the wet, damp weather that we've got today. Mo will generally sit out in it for the majority of the day. Aria, depends how heavy it gets. Sometimes she'll pop in the nest box, but a lot of the time she will also just stay out in the wet weather. It's a big jump for a little panda, Mo. You gonna do it? Oh no, we're going on to that a little bit. And then we'll basically just climb up. There we go, good boy. So yeah, the cubs we've had here have all gone on to do well. I say they've all gone on to do well. Mambo's had a couple of cubs of her own, which is lovely. The twins, Ruby and Rose, are still living together as far as I know. You've just dropped your bamboo. You just dropped your bamboo. I'll pick that up for you in a minute. They're still living together over in Woodside Wildlife Park in Lincolnshire. Thank you for shaking all that water on me, Mo. Very kind. And then Pan is over at Exmoor Zoo now, with a female, so hopefully they'll have some little ones in the future as well, which would be lovely. Mo's on the move. You can just see Aria's head there as well, just peeking over the climbing frame. Oh, and she's off. And a bit of a run round, bless her. I think I will kind of call it a day with what I'm going to say there. Again, I'm not sure if I'm only receiving a couple of comments or a few comments. If you do have any last minute questions or comments, please feel free to send them in now. Hopefully they'll come through to me. If not, I will just kind of wrap the video up in a couple of moments. I've heard that Pan is still a wuss. I spoke to some of his keepers from Bristol a couple of weeks ago. They were here, and they said while he was at Bristol he was a wuss, and from what I've heard at Exmoor he is still a wuss. So yeah, he's not the bravest boy, bless him. He was always okay here, but obviously he grew up here and he knew us, I think, ever since he moved. He did get a little bit more nervous, but that's how it can be with pandas. Some pandas are quite nervous. These two, well, Mo's extremely confident. He'll do whatever. With his worming stuff yesterday, he was perfectly fine for me to be there, put something on his neck, rub it in. As long as he had a grape to keep him busy, he was perfectly fine. But then you get one like Aria, which is a little bit more nervous. So yeah, just depends on the individual. You're going in your box, Aria. It is a bit damp. Yeah, you're going in your box. Good lad, mate. You're going back to your bush. I don't blame you. Alright then, guys, I think we will probably call it a day there, as Aria looks like she's settling into bed. Mo looks like he's going back to bed too. Apologies if we have had some technical issues with comments and things. Obviously I'm not sure if we actually have, but I've had a couple come through, but not many. Good boy. But yeah, next week we'll be carrying on the tour, I do believe. I think we're on to the Slender Loris next, but I'll have to have a double check, but we'll try and advertise it as ever on Tuesday. But yeah, other than that, we will leave the pandas to it. So yeah, thanks for tuning in, and we will see you again next week. Thanks everybody.